Hello, this is Mark here with my opinion on the EA BattleFront 2 debacle. EA, a big gaming publishing company that stretches back way up till the 80s, where they were a good company and produced a ton of good games, but in recent years their behavior has become, let we say, not so consumer friendly, and the latest debacle is actually the Star Wars Battlefront 2, where people actually pay an initial price and think they buy the game, but they don't have access to the complete game because large portions of the game are hidden behind paywalls or loot boxes, or it's more like a pay again to play sort of thing that is going on. Now EA has received quite a fair bit of public outcry for this, and they issued a formal apology, which you can see actually on the screen right now. This was never our intention. Sorry, we didn't get this right. Now, this is an apology, but I think it's only a temporary apology. I think a game should be enjoyable from start to end for the amount of money you initially pay for it, and it shouldn't be hidden behind paywalls or loot boxes and whatever. And I think EA is only being temporarily sorry because they were caught doing so, and because of the public outcry they received. It's more or less damage control. Actually, if you look at the apology, they'll be going at it just in a couple of weeks or months or so, just to increase the revenues again. The sense of ownership, especially with video games, has been diluted over the years, and I reckon it seemed like a clever way of the publishers to let the consumers pay for the upkeep of the servers without having to increase the initial purchase price of these always online games. But increasing the price has actually happened with the newer generations, as we happily pay 50 to 60 bucks or euros or pounds for our new games, the current generation games. And I think it's just because it's possible. People are willing to pay more, so we pay more than previous generations. The sad part is that only a portion of the consumers seem to have issues with these kind of practices. Hence, EA thinking they might get away with it, selling you part of their new game for an initial price. You paid for it, but having to pay again and again for actually playing through the game, or be faced with horrible grinding times. And they hope that the short-term memories of the masses will just not notice, or people will just not care. It's just a small amount of money, and they shrug their shoulders and just go for it anyways. Well, it seems that quite a few consumers actually do go out and buy the game, and they don't make a stand like I am because they don't care. They aren't aware of consumer rights. They aren't aware of consumer safety. That is actually at play here. And I think the only way to change things is to vote with our wallets and not to get these games that bleed you dry financially. So I won't be playing Battlefront 2. I was enjoying the previous versions. I have been enjoying quite a few EA games in the past. But, I don't like being treated like a fool. Contrary to my avatar, I don't want to be treated like a milking cow, bleeding money again and again and again and again. It's not something I do. So sorry, EA, I won't be playing Battlefront 2. I hope you clear up your ways and become a nice gaming company again, but I think you've strayed from the path and will continue on, preying on consumers like this, and I don't think it's right. So yeah, that's my 2 cents. Whilst recording this video, Chris Heaney actually asked, at what point does RNG become gambling? At a point of payment, and what if payment is through in-game currency only? I think it's for the lawyers to decide. game economies have always been a part of games, especially in the early D&D and RPG games. That, you know, they have been riddled with those, but they always serve the purpose of in-game, serving as a game mechanic that introduced a sense of scarcity and a goal to achieve. It didn't amount to people forking out more real-world money paid to developer publishers of the game in order to keep playing. The moment real money in-game is used for items, experiences that could otherwise not be obtained, it turns the game into a game of chance, where the game and the gamer is enticed to spend more money to hopefully increase their chances. When in-game currency can be bought with real money, it creates an uneven playing field. When in-game currency can only be obtained through in-game mechanics, it is still a game of chance, but it has no real financial ramifications in the real world. It seems that affluent Titus is also infecting the game industry. Throw enough money at a game and you'll master it, and you won't be subjected by the same rules as everyone else. Even casual gaming adults have hard times staying away from the micropayments within these mobile games, let alone kids. How on earth will they learn the value of things? They won't learn it through the game mechanics of EA's Battlefront 2 though.